Hello friend, welcome back to Auto Resource channel. I have to replace front brake pads on this lovely mountain bike. So if you are interested how this is done, stay with me in this video. And you can see with me one of the ways how this procedure can be done. And I will start with hex number 5 to remove two bolts which are holding this brake caliper. Here you can see nicely both bolts removed, and that gives me first time chance to remove the caliper from the rotor. And in the next step I will be pushing both pistons inside of the caliper, and I will use the fact that I have old pads on those calipers, and I don't worry if I slightly scratch them or damage them, because I will throw them away anyway. So this is very easy. It's not like on the cars where it takes a lot of pressure. This goes, as you can see, fairly easily. So now I'm perfectly ready to remove the pads. This procedure will vary depending which model you have. This one, the pads are held by the bolts nicely. It's not a wire or cotter pin, but it's a bolt. And in my case, it's number 3 hex again. So I have it here. I will put it nicely in, and I will undo this bolt all the way out. And before I will take it completely out, this is the bolt here, I want to show you again the presence of the blue thread locker. And now the bolt is out. The pads are not being held by anything in the caliper, so I can push them slowly, carefully out. You can see them on the other side already getting out. Right here. And here are the pads, including the spring. Here is the detail of the pads, and of course right now it's that perfect time to clean everything. As you can see, there's a lot of dust, dirt, maybe some grease, I don't think so, but it's really dirty, so I'm going to perfectly clean it right now. And I'm going to use a soft brush with some soapy water. I'm definitely not going to use any steel brush, because I will damage the surfaces of the paint, and I might damage even the pistons and so on. So definitely just a soft brush. Now I have it nicely dry and clean. I'm ready to start installing new parts. These are the parts and tool which I purchased yesterday from local bike shop for approximately 22 bucks. First, of course, I'm double checking if the pads are identical, and they are, so that's great, I can install it. These are resin pads, and the way I will put it together, this is the spring which keeps them away from each other. So I get it ready this way, and I will be ready to insert it in the caliper. So here we go. It's very simple operation so far, nothing complicated. Just pay attention to the detail that everything fits there correctly, and voila, everything popped out here, and I will be able to put that small bolt. I think I'm fairly lucky. The bolt has nicely way all the way. Now you remember the blue thread locker, so I will go check if I have some available. Fortunately I have found some, so I will put just a very small drop. It's not about a big amount, it will be just one small drop of that blue stuff. Perfect. And I will use that hex to put that bolt all the way in. And now it's good time to use that special tool I got from the shop. This tool basically has two purposes. It will spread the pads from each other, and the other purpose is to place them in the right spot in the caliper. So you push it all the way in, and this basically pretends to be the rotor. It's a little bit thicker than the rotor, and now I'm ready actually use the brake, the lever on the handlebar, and keep pushing on the lever, and the pistons should learn the correct position in the caliper while doing so. Now I'm almost ready to start installing the caliper back, but first I have to make sure that the wheel is correctly installed, that it's all the way in the fork. So I will go ahead, loosen it, I will push really hard on my handlebars, and I will go again and tighten the wheel, and therefore I know the wheel is all the way in the fork, which means I can right now remove that special tool, and I can start aligning the brake caliper with the rotor and these two mounts. So obviously I will use that space between the pads, and I will nicely slowly put it over that rotor. So that's cool. I put the caliper towards these mounts. I will put a little bit of that blue thread locker on both bolts, and I will start installing it back. But I will not go all the way, because we will have to find the right alignment. What I have to do is to make sure that the steel rotor nicely fits in that caliper, which you might be able to see right now. The rotor goes in that caliper, and I have to perfectly align that, and that's why these two bolts are not tight yet, and I only after I have it correctly aligned I'm able to tighten, first by hand and then by the wrench, both those bolts. And of course I'm using the brake, and I performing the visual inspection from above, and I can see the rotor is really nicely right in middle of that caliper, so that's really important. And the front brake works perfectly again, it's really firm and tight, so that's fantastic. All I have to do right now is clean up and go riding again. That's awesome.